How are you, sir?
Great Tim Duncan.
No, the great Bill Russell.
Pop was huge, obviously, but Timmy too, because every time you see your superstar, the franchise, being so unselfish, it makes you want to be like that too. You know, Timmy is a great example for me. He was a model for me to follow. He's been so good for so long, and I think a big key of our success is we never let our ego, you know, me or Timmy or Manu, be ahead of the team. And so when you have a guy like that, an example like that, it makes you want to be better as a player. And I definitely wanted to be better at that.
Tim Duncan, people would not see him verbally saying stuff because he wasn't talking sentences.
Preach.
Timmy would hit you in phrases. Got you. Ooh, almost. This the worst right here. Nice try. Like subtle shit. No gangster shit, no real hardcore shit, just subtly to just back your ass up and put you back in like this over here. Like, you know, and then what really pissed me off was when the trash talking wasn't affecting him. So now you spending all this energy trying to rile this up. You not forgot about your own game. You forgot about they coming to you that you're supposed to. And then that's when I actually quit talking trash to Timmy because he wouldn't respond or he wasn't giving me the reaction I was getting. I can't really get hype off. This thing ain't really giving me nothing. Look at now, you know, start, you know, doing a little, you know, the shoulder shit and he won't react to that.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, Timmy got 20, 15, like I'm in here like, so then I started changing that, you know what I'm saying? And then it was natural too. Sometimes you went to it, you know? Yeah. Two dogs meet in the middle and it be what it is. So.
Well, you know, when people ask who are the greatest big men to ever play the game, you never hear power forward's name. So I was under the impression that big men was always centers. You know, I've heard you say many times the greatest big men, Kareem, Wilt, Bill Russell, maybe Akeem, then maybe me. Now, you hear a lot of other people say Tim Duncan is the greatest power forward to ever play the game. I agree with that. So.
Well, I mean, it's been fun competing against him for all these years, sharpening my game.
He's the most stable, great player in the history of the NBA, on and off the floor. You won't see another guy play 20 straight years for the same team and make the playoffs each year. And all three of these guys, and Chuck will appreciate this, back in the day, usually your best player, it wasn't just the guy who led the team in scoring. You had to bring it on both ends. And that's what all three of these guys, led by KG and Tim Duncan, did. Tim Duncan was the best defensive player, also would rebound the basketball, and also for a 7-foot guy, his touch, his 15, 18-foot bank shot, facing up playing against smaller guys and against larger guys. Usually the 7-foot guy, Greeny, dominated you by dunks. Tim Duncan dominated you by skill, and that's what helped make him be an all-time great.
Did he talk at all on the floor? Either of you guys, Chuck, did he say anything?
Well, he never talked, but I want to pick it back on something Jalen said. One of the reasons I really admire Tim Duncan, Greeny, is I'm trying to think, has there ever been a superstar, the greatest player at his position, who was able to relinquish and let other guys, when he was past his prime or wasn't as great as he was, he let Ginobili and Parker take over and didn't say a word.
Right before Tim Duncan was drafted, he was in Charlotte at a basketball camp, and I watched him work out for about an hour at the John C. Smith University downtown Charlotte. I remember walking in and he was hanging off the net, just standing there underneath the basket. I'm like, dang, that dude's tall. Didn't really know. Like, that was just before any of his NBA success happened. So that's like my only Tim Duncan story, but just being in the same gym with him at that point before all that happened was pretty cool.
You see any similarities in?
Probably like 8.
You see any similarities in the way you carry yourself and lead and the way that TD does it?
I mean, I don't know him behind closed doors in the locker room and stuff like that. I don't know what his mentality is like or what his demeanor is like, but on the court, he's very about his business, very subtle. The way I know he's a lead by example kind of guy, but I'm pretty sure he's vocal. So I don't know, but when you see a guy play and how hard he plays every single night, that says a lot about them as a person and just how much they respect the game and how much they want to get out of it and lead their team. So follow that for sure.
The Orlando Magic were very close, Bruce says, to signing Duncan in the summer of 2000 when T-Mac and Grant Hill both joined the team. Bruce said that Magic head coach Doc Rivers denied Tim's request during the negotiations that his family could join the team plane on some flights to games, and that is when Rivers lost Tim Duncan, who could have played next to you, Tracy, in Orlando.
He's sad over here.
I'd like you guys to know that I texted Tracy this story yesterday, and I got 2 little crying emojis, and then later I got a second text with just 2 more little crying emojis.
Man, why y'all doing this to me? So, yeah, this would have been amazing. I mean, you talk about a guy that's, you know, probably arguably the best power forward to ever play the game, has won championships prior to, you know, making that decision. Doc Rivers, what the hell were you thinking? You supposed to give Tim Duncan everything, right? Give him ownership of the damn team if he wanted it. I know he can't get that while he's playing, but
Give him the team plane, though.
Yeah, come, Doc. We gotta talk about this, Doc Rivers. Are you serious?
So there were a lot of teams trying to build these dynasties back in the day.
Back then, right? See,
wow,
that's the
it's starting
thing.
to come out.
The super team was not you know.
G. Hill and, well, you know, Grant was not healthy, but me and Tim Duncan in the Eastern Conference at that time? Oh, my God.
Well, you guys would have needed Grant, so.
Huh?
Just throw that out there.
What'd you say?
You would have needed Grant.
We would have needed Grant?
Yes.
Yeah, of course we would have needed Grant, but I mean, we would have competed, me and Tim Duncan.
Oh, yeah.
We would have competed for a chip without Grant, I think so.
I mean, I get asked the question a lot, you know, and it's just always surreal for me when my name is associated with any of the greats. And obviously, we know also was a teammate with them in the Olympics, and just seeing, you know, what he was able to accomplish, you know, not only in the regular season, but more importantly in the postseason. And he really followed my career.
How many times have you seen somebody get a triple-double in Game 6 in the deciding game to win the championship? I knew he was great, but I really seen greatness that day. Like 8 blocks. Dominate the whole game from start to finish, demand double teams, and his stat line, just to see how dominant someone can be and